big, maybe that it.
Mm.
Okay. We're here live on Wednesday with the Martin Fowler Scrum.
Yeah, do you want to share your screen? I mean, not share your
Oh,
screen.
sorry.
Put your video on, Matt. We were just, yeah,
Yes.
cool.
I
Take it
just
away. Take it away.
and I'm live too at the Martin Fowler Scrum with Sam
Ooh.
and Matt. And I thought I saw Loket. Oh, Loket's just joined.
Yep.
So the three of us. Let's see. I guess I'll start. We all give our updates now. I guess I'll start with my update. It's pretty brief. The only update I have is that I guess I'm stuck waiting on the Rails 5 upgrade because I found out I'm pretty sure Polyamorous is using a deprecated function because I looked it up and it's now deprecated. So
Oh, okay.
I opened an issue in the Polyamorous gem
Mm-hmm.
repo, and if they don't get back to me, it looks like something I might be able to fix too. So I might be able to
Okay.
get a PR for it.
Uh-huh.
Although
Uh-huh.
it's not just replacing one function with another; it's doing something a little bit differently. So
Okay.
it, I might be easier if somebody in the there's like 11 contributors. Maybe one of them will pick it up
Mm, mm.
because there's no other issues on it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where I am. I guess I'll be looking for something else to kind of play with, maybe just for a little while I
Mm,
wait
mm,
on
mm.
that. Maybe just look at a event manager a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
or help somebody else if Lokesh or anybody needs help.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it for me. I guess Sam was next in, or
Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, I've just been doing some premium pairing, kind of looking at a new pairing app concept. What else happened this morning? Oh yeah, I've pushed all the latest changes to production. So I think we should now see on the main Agile Ventures site, we should now see the if one logs out and goes to the sign up page, yeah, we should now see, yes, the the password sign up has been re-enabled, and we've got the reCAPTCHA thing in there, and we've got a link to our privacy statements, which should actually work. So that's that's a round of kind of just trying to like
oh yeah,
make this sign up page be look above board and sensible, and we'll see if that has any positive impact on the signups, because I haven't manually tested it there. We've other things that should have gone out. I think various of Lokesh's kind of fix. I think if we look at the past scrums, we can see there. So for example, now right, we're getting the video unavailable there, which is good. But it's actually Matt, can you grab the video and
oh right,
update?
sorry. Yeah,
No worries. We were experimenting with the. But yeah, so if we copy the video, top one, copy the video URL, and then yeah, if you click on next project's review meeting is live, you see that there it should take you to the thing. You'll need to log in to be able to update that. Yeah, Lokesh and I have been discussing different aspects. It's interesting actually now to do a live test here of updating the YouTube link. When I updated the Hangout link earlier, it just pasted the single thing through. If we click save there now, that's the YouTube link. So that updates in general with okay. So again, now this, I think maybe Lokesh will tell us he's worked it. So it's giving us both the it's giving us both, what's it called, the
video link and
the main link. But I'm just certainly on the Scrums page now. We've only got one Martin Fowler for today, so that's good. And the video is linked in and live.
oh good.
Yeah. So
Great.
that's definitely. I think we've got a whole series of improvements around there, and other bits and pieces there. Okay, so that's nice to have that stuff out. I guess I should maybe just check on website I just do get his head, I can maybe see. Was there anything else that got released? What's gone out? So we've got the show error message for Scrums or YouTube ID nil. That's in there. We're trying to avoid creating the duplicate event instances. It does seem to be avoiding doing that. We've got the reCAPTCHA, and yeah, okay, yeah. So fantastic work to Lokesh. Yeah, the videos play in the other ones. We can of course see certain situations where the now that's interesting. Which page are you in there? Oh, that's website one videos. It's interesting. The AV community talk ends up as a website one video. I think there's a whole sort of epic for being able to like move videos around and manage them and this, that, and the other. But so that's good. What else is happening? So yesterday, anything else happening yesterday? What was it? Yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, I did manage to get I've managed to do a database backup from this is production for the NHS wiki project, and clone that on over to the staging server. So that's progress there. Other things. What else is happening today? I've also done. I've kind of the project greeter bot. I've moved that into Agile Ventures. I've added a code of conduct. I've added a contributing, discussing that in the bots channel. One person who was like saying, "Oh, is there a project that doesn't require too much setup?" And so, I've got a whole load of like things there, and Robert from the Rundfunk Bestliman is interested in the bot doing greeting. So I've added some features there that I'll can potentially get rolled out. And it's Wednesday, so we've got the Elixir mob coming up. Other things that happen on Wednesday, right? We're not doing the async voter, so and I'm off to Japan on Friday, so yeah, definitely time to spend on other things there. I think a pause on async voter, very very welcome. Okay, yeah, that's me. On to Lokesh, I guess. Lokesh is muted. Lokesh is muted, and he's disconnected there, unfortunately. Yeah, anything else that on your mind, Matt, that you forgot to mention earlier, or?
No. So you're gone for how many weeks?
I'm gone for 4 weeks, but I mean, I'm going to be doing work. I'm going to be, like on Slack and email. I mean, that's a good thing for us actually to. I mean, this is the funny thing. Like I could be saying like, all right, Kent Beck's Scrum cancelled for the next 6 weeks. The whole idea, of course, is that it shouldn't require any particular person to be there. In principle, whoever just turns up for Kent Beck Scrum can do it. And so I'm always left in this kind of conflicted state of, do I say it's kind of, I guess I will do what I had done in the past, which is update the things to say, no regular Scrum Master, until what have you. How about you? Will you want to run any Martin Fowler Scrums over the next few weeks, or will you want to have a break?
I'll actually try to run it every day. It'll depend on.
Sure.
But I'll give it a try. So hopefully that one, the next one, I forget what it's called, but 11:15 my time is the next one. I could try to run that a little bit, but usually I'm distracted at that time and don't.
Sure, yeah. No, I think see how you go. Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I basically, yeah. I mean, I'm going to need to work in order to some private projects to get money to continue to pay for these trips to Japan. So, yeah, I'll be around.
Like a place on the website even to just notify people, but maybe I'm probably the only one that looks at the website a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't mean that. I mean, I'm one of the ones.
Yeah, it's interesting because people do. Yeah. I mean, I think hopefully as we improve the website and make it more coherent, more and more people might start looking. And we do have, there's like 10,000 people a month do actually view the website. I mean, I think the majority of them are like looking and then going away. But that's another.
Yeah, I mean, even on the front page, like latest updates and just a little blog, like Twitter, not a Twitter feed, but something like that. Sam is going to be off mostly for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I'll add things to the because I will be available on the Slack I'll add it to the you know, there are places where my name is like it says Kent Beck Scrum, and it says, you know, Sam Joseph Scrum Master. So I think if I add it there, then people who are logged into the site, when it says upcoming, it'll say, you know, regular Scrum Master, not until what have you. So, and that's probably sufficient. Well, it looks like Lokesh is trying to join us and is having trouble getting in and out. I know he has, gosh, what's the word? He's moved back to his, like, he's at different locations. He's at school, so he may have less reliable connectivity. Yeah, I was just gonna. What I was gonna are the latest changes that you made and the thing related to Polyamorous, are they all pushed into the branch in website 1, the work in progress pull request?
Yes, they are. Yeah, so it's up to date if anybody wants to play with it, but you can't really get anywhere. You can't do a server run or run any.
No. I was just interested to see so I'm reloading the work. I don't see any. I've got a commit from like yesterday of adding back in Mercury, but is there, like, I thought you were like trying to that like Polyamorous.
Yeah, there's a problem with Polyamorous, but
you said,
but this is as far as I've gotten with the.
Right. But what I saw you do locally on your machine was you removed the lock of Polyamorous onto 1.2, and then you tried rebundling it, didn't you? On your local machine.
You still get the error. So.
Right. But still, that means that you've got if you do git status on your.
Oh, you're right. Maybe I should push that.
Yeah,
I thought I pushed everything. Sorry.
No worries. What is this branch? It's 1737 Rails 5. Yeah, so I suspect you've got like a little minor changes.
Yeah, I'll push that right now.
Yeah, if you push that right now, I'd love to run it locally. Are you saying you opened a thing on the Polyamorous? This is the new Agile Ventures Project Greeter bot, by the way. Randomly, this Insights community thing allows you to like very, very quickly add a licensed code of conduct and contributing to any project on GitHub, which is very cool.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to push that. That's the only change, was taking the version off the.
Right.
Git add.
Okay, so.
Seconds. $17.37. Okay, I just pushed it.
Thanks. Just add a note to your question there in that. Yeah, so I might just quickly pull that out. Check out. Is it 1.7? I've got to git fetch origin first, and I should probably git branch minus D1737 git checkout 1737 Rails 5. Okay, yeah, so I've got that locally. Oh, I tell you, it's a big relief to have the reCAPTCHA up on the site. I think that sort of our sign up page has looked a bit barren for quite a while. I guess what I should quickly do is also like quickly test that it actually works on here. Gosh, and then I don't really want to generate a password, but come on, start generating Phil. Go on. Okay, there you go. I'm not a robot. Sign up. Yeah, we also get like double. It says welcome and double, and I guess I'll add that there. But yeah, there we see it going straight to getting started.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where. And what my big worry was that adding the reCAPTCHA thing was gonna make it was gonna block people, from signing in with a different what have you, and I think this yeah. So it seems like it's all working. I was really anticipating there being a lot of pain. You know what I mean in doing all of that, but it's yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, for me, okay. So the bundle it's bundling. The bundle completes right with this change. The
Yeah, it's
problem
just
is
trying
you
to
get
run
that
the server and you get the error.
right, and you were saying like this is on the polyamorous GitHub.
You'll see my issue.
Yeah, or I can like +1 it or what have you is in here. Okay, yeah. Okay, and you found
And I found the yeah.
Isn't that quietly a +1? Right, that they've deprecated the alias method chain, and so they're. I mean, the other thing is to work out where we're using polyamorous, if at all, and even potentially remove it. So here, if we then do so, I should be able to replicate that same error here. So if I do BER, I guess
Yeah,
we
maybe I should have done the server because it's shorter, but I
no, not to worry. I mean,
either way it shows the same error message.
yeah, we've got the same. Because I guess we get this alias method chain. But so yeah, I guess the interesting thing to experiment there is like, could we even just remove like, I guess you can see from. Can we see from there that? And you're seeing this right? We're seeing like polyamorous 1.2.0 active record 3 and 4 Ruby 1.9 right, and then so if we then bundled that right, and I guess I don't like.
And I searched the gem and I found a call to that method. So
right. Well, the interesting question is then like, is polyamorous, how is it being used within the system, and where do we, because it might turn out like the aspects of what it does have been pulled into Rails 5, and that that would be a reason why people have stopped up. If we go back and look at
that would be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So here, like, they don't have any updates until a year ago. Right? Are we? Okay, here. So I guess, like, yeah, I'm getting a series of failures here for this, like, raise in transactional callbacks.
That's
which is now a different thing, but
it's interesting. That's different than mine.
Yeah, well, that's having removed polyamorous.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Right, and so that's interesting there. And this is occurring. We're coming in through.
And that could be a different error that we could work on simultaneously.
Yeah. I mean that's another route to potentially explore. I mean that's like, interestingly, in this stat trace here, I'm not seeing like I guess if I just do BE Rails, like presumably we would get the same error just trying to start at the server. I mean, this one is coming in through, it's like environment RB6 there. Where does that live? Does it live in config environment RB6? So that's just like initializing the application. So we get here, what does it say there? Yeah, undefined method raising transactional callbacks for active record. And this is like, it says config RU, environment RB6, but there's none of our, there is absolutely none of our production of our code there, right? Like, this is just from trying to start this thing in this way. And so it may be like, if we look at this going through config RU, I mean, I don't know if the config RU, what that's doing is running the Rails application. I mean, the thing to look at is like, like does if we have a Rails 5, like if we look at Event Manager, for example, does it have the same environment RB thing? Like this is not even hitting. Like if we look at this, it's not even hitting. Like we've got it's coming in from here, and all it's doing is like Rails ties 1.5.1.2. Okay, Ruby 2.3, fair enough. Rails ties 5.1.2. Active record. I mean, this is all like there's no external gems, right?
Right.
In this, it's purely. I mean, it's interesting there that this T sort there 3.2.3.1. Yeah. I wonder if we just quickly look at Event Manager and we look at the environment.rb. Like this was back in the day with. I thought that wouldn't be the case, but back in the day with Rails, when you were upgrading to a new thing, like the kind of the files, like the laid out files in the file system. Do you know what I mean? In Rails, like whatever you do in Rails new, right? It just dumps loads and loads of stuff on the file system, and then as you go to a new Rails version, sometimes like what you're supposed to do in there. So here, right? I mean, the environment.rb is kind of slightly different. You see?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe, and I'm not very optimistic, but does it need to be changed over to the new setup? And we could just try and run there. I know I should stop it. I mean, there's other things coming in here, which is like Thor Rails ties rack to config environment 6. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's look almost like we'll see if there are other routes. Like almost another way of migrating to Rails 5 would be to create a fresh Rails 5 app. Yeah, and then so that's made no. That's had no impact there. I guess I'll just change that back. The one could create a new fresh Rails 5 app and then gradually move over the stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that we pulled in each component one by one, and that's like an interesting opportunity for a cleanup, but also takes. So look at other people who've experienced that error. Oh, look, I had the same issue when upgrading an app from Rails 5.01 to 5.1.0 beta. When starting the Rails server, I got the following message: same ills, same cures. Commenting out the following line in config application.rb. Save the. So this is the other reason that we might want to start by migrating to 5.0.0 is that there will be other potentially more complicated changes between 5.0 and 5.1. So that's, it's does that make any sense?
I mean, I think it's a way you can always just type it in and go back to try things, but I prefer to keep moving forward, generally, but it's a, you know what I mean? Like right now, you could put in 5.0 easily in the gem file and work, try to figure out some problems.
Yeah, well, it's like, from my point of view, it would be like, it's not that we would not upgrade to 5.1.2, but it's like, when you're like going up a mountain, do you try and get to the very, very top in one go? Or do you sensibly say, right, there's base camp 1, base camp 2, base camp 3? Yeah. Anyway, but
I've upgraded like 3 or 4 apps now from 3 to 4, and none of them have I had to really do it that.
Sure, yeah,
but you might be right, because this is the biggest one.
It's a bigger one, and I speak from experience from having upgraded from like 0.8 to 1 and to 2 and to 3, and how it used to be back in the day, and it used to be much harder. And the 3 to 4 has been a relatively painless one, but we may be back. But so, following that advice there, I've got now to a new error. Right, which is, so we've resolved that previous error, and now we've got undefined method. Now before filter, right? So I think that's basically all of the before filters are now before filters not supported. So in the controllers, right? So we would have to here find in path. I think we would have to replace text to find. To give me an option to like everywhere where it's got before filter options. Can I give me a replace option?
Well, that's good. You hopefully resolved one issue.
Yes, and so that's you know, that's find in path. Can I? It's not giving me the option to replace in path. There we go. Right, but so like it sounds to me from reading that Stack Overflow that if we were on gosh, what's it called? If we were on 5.0.0, we wouldn't have encountered that one. And I mean, it's like it's always this thing in coding for me is if there's like multiple replace oh files, there we go. Hopefully it will just do it 9 current spaces. Like the more stuff there is to change, the more stuff there is to go wrong.
Yeah, I just worry that going back, just starting at 5.0, we might be fixing things that later get fixed.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it could be that way. It could like
I kind of like the code in the repo to be going forward and maybe create another branch of 5.0.
Okay. No, sure.
Something like that.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. And so now I thought I just removed all of the before filters. Okay. Yes, it's no before. So now here, well, how are you finding the before filter? So now it's got before filter in the gems. Right. So we've got things like Paper Trail 4 has got before filter.
Oh no.
In the gem. And so are we locked to a particular version of Paper Trail? Yeah, so I mean it seems to me that there is a long and slow process going through like all of these things.
Yeah,
let's see there if we get a new version of Paper Trail. That's, I mean, I expect even just running there. There's this thing of like how many like it's the feeling of that the latest bug could always be the last bug, but then there's always, and so you can be. This is how they boil frogs, right? By gradually turning up the temperature. Interesting. Thinking about it, running it. Okay, yeah, and then what's this one? Okay, so then even like Paper Trail itself doesn't. I guess what I should have done bundle update Paper Trail. Update or upgrade? No, it is updates because bundle install and then paper underscore trail. And then this is definitely the last one, and I'm going to make a cup of tea. And I guess Lokesh didn't join us again. We didn't get back to him. Have you had the video locked on my screen or on your screen?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just looking at Jitsi and it's been showing you.
Oh, it's showing me. That's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
I find it doesn't, like, when I don't have things clicked, it doesn't update to. It doesn't seem to switch between the different speaker in the way that Google Hangouts used to. Have you seen that one way or the other?
It doesn't seem to go to the speaker.
Do you know what I mean? Like basically, either I lock it on something, or if I then kind of like click again to unlock from a particular video feed, then it just seems to stay on one random one. It doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now having got that, we now end up with it's J-vector map doesn't work in the initializers now, and that makes me think that issue is, we've I think
there's probably more to that. Yeah.
Well, it's I think that you swapped it over from one vector map to a more recent one, but I don't know that I think the more recent one, like it or the alternate one, it's not necessarily going to be using the same. It's not like a replacement for it necessarily. Yeah, so it would have to be. But I'm just there removing it from the initialization thing, so that potentially it can actually start up, and then it gives us to a. Okay, right. Okay, and then we're on the new. Well, actually, I know. Oh gosh, this is the thing. I promised I was going to go and make a cup of tea, but. Right, so this one, it's, what do they call it? It's like public. Oh gosh, public. send. I guess it's private send. For some reason, I ended up with a very old version of the reCAPTCHA thing. Yeah, I want to be able to like just run the initialization without running the full server. You see, it's so alluring. It's so tempting. Like the next thing, it could just like,
Yeah.
I mean, even if the server runs, of course.
Well, you found a few things here that if you just make a quick note of what you found,
Yeah,
I can make those fixes to the branch and.
Yeah, well, I could push these changes up or even into a different branch if you were interested. I mean, this is going a route where we remove polyamorous, and that's you know, not you may turn out that actually polyamorous is really important for you know, the operation of our site in some sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe it's better if you just put a note.
Well, I'll, like, there's so many little things.
What I'm not sure what's
I'll push it into a different branch. I can like the simplest thing is clearly to put it into a different branch, right? Because then it's there and it can be ignored if we never want to look at it, and it's there for reference, and you can see exactly what changes have been made, and so on. Yeah, I'll push it into a different branch, as like Rails 5 _ removes polyamorous, and then it'll be there. With the changes, I could even open a work in progress PR. Interesting.
It's like that first change you made. I'll put right in, I think, to the branch.
You mean just removing polyamorous?
No, just commenting out the something from the environment.rb or something.
Yeah, I backed out of that one actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I mean that didn't actually make any change to the error.
So sorry, I thought it did.
But it looks actually like here, like I've actually managed to start the server now.
Oh.
We'll see what happens on the homepage. It looks like actually I'm also running some other servers that I need to shut down. Oh, go on. What have we got here? Have we got the server? There's another server that shut that one down.
I mean, if it's actually running, we might want to push it to my branch.
Well, so I think it's basically managed to load, but then we've got like you know, so under FOMO there's after filter. So basically there's things like, you know,
the initialization work.
The gems have to be updated. There's like I replaced all like, you know, obviously Rails 5, at least 1.2 has now, you know, permanently removed all of the things saying the word action to replace them with the word filter. So there'll be a series of things. I think what I'll do, having reached that point, is what I will do is I will say git. Let's look at the git status. We've got a few things. I'm going to git checkout 1737 Rails 5, and this is going to be remove polyamorous _ server start. There we go. I'll give it a -b on there. And then git commit -am, various tweaks, git push origin 1737 Rails 5 _ okay, and then we've got hub pull request -b.
It isn't a bad way to do it either. Have a couple different.
Well, yeah, totally, because there's like, you know, who knows which is going to be the right, like, as I say, it might be that removing polyamorous is like ends up becoming a major block, and so we just have to go a completely different route from this one. But it's and that's the, like, you know, the critical thing there was that the danger of making notes, or from the impression, is that, you know, one like misses out on what the actual specific changes was, whereas doing the pull request means, hopefully, I think if I now open that, we should be able to see very precisely the changes that I made there, and then they become more extensive because, like, we're removing all of these before filter things. Okay, cool. Well, good stuff. I mean, thanks so much for taking the initiative on the Rails 5 thing. I mean, it's clearly not going to be completely trivial, but it may not be too hard. We will see.
Yeah, it may not be too bad, but it's not exactly.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, shame we didn't have Lokesh, but maybe see you in the Elixir mob or.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Bye for now. Take care. Cheers.